Welcome back, everyone. Like the saying goes, breaking up is hard to do, but there are steps you can take to make that split a little less painful, as well as steps to survive that painful time. Joining us now is Dr. Greg Cason with his tips on how to break up successfully and how to survive a breakup. Dr. Greg, I call you Dr. Greg. Is that okay?
That's okay. Hey,
all the way from Los Angeles. We're so happy to have you here on the show today. So we're talking about breaking up, which is something that unfortunately everyone goes through.
Yeah, whether you're man, woman, or child, if you're even in high school in a relationship, you end up breaking up, even if it's a friendship. But generally what we're talking here are love relationships.
Love relationships. So we're talking about couples that are boyfriend, girlfriends.
Boyfriend, girlfriend,
and then
or
maybe
husband, wife.
Or husband and wife. Okay. So obviously very painful time for everybody involved, right?
Everybody involved. Really, nobody gets away with the loss. The person who gets broken up upon at first is the one who feels it the worst at the beginning, but oddly enough, the person who's doing the breaking up feels a big tinge of pain later on.
Okay. So it doesn't matter if you're the one breaking up or if you're the one that's being, how do you say that? Broken up
upon, I guess.
There you go. There you go. Okay, so let's get to your steps right away. How to survive a painful, how to survive a breakup. But let's talk first about how to make it more or a little less painful. Is that what we're doing, the first couple steps?
Oh, well, let's talk about surviving a breakup.
Okay.
Absolutely. So when you're surviving a breakup, or where are we talking about? The person who's doing the breaking up? Boy, we're just popping around.
We're just all
here.
over the place. There's so many points. Let's talk about when you break up, what you need to know.
Okay, yeah.
Let's do that first.
First, you want to ask yourself if you're sure. You want to make sure that this is something you want to do. Breaking up is never something you want to do twice. So it's not something you want to actually threaten somebody with or put out there as any kind of possibility unless you're willing to do it. So you never want to go back on that decision.
Okay, so don't threaten somebody. If you do this to me, I'm going to break up with you.
Never
And
threaten.
if you say it, you got to go through with it.
Never threaten. That actually goes to something else, which is a form of psychological abuse when you actually threaten to break up. So it's a very bad thing to do.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, got to keep that in mind. The second one. Keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself. Don't tell your best friend. Don't tell your mother. If you're going to talk to somebody, talk to a priest or rabbi, but give the person that you're breaking up with the privilege of knowing first. Don't talk about it to other people.
But what if you have a really good friend or you're really close with your mom?
This is really a problem because actually then they can cause undue influence and they can try to sway you back and forth even if you're just questioning. I'd say this is a good time to employ a therapist or talk to somebody neutral who can help you weigh the options.
Okay, who's going to keep it secret?
Not
that your mom wouldn't, but you know, sometimes.
That would be the worst thing for the person to find out through somebody else.
Good point, good point. Okay, make time and double it. Talk to me about that one.
Make time and double it. If you're actually planning to break up with someone, I would actually pick a time that's good for the other person. Not good for you, but good for them. It may be a Friday afternoon. It may be the beginning of a work week. And then you want to sit with them for maybe an hour or two and then double that time. Make the time just in case you need to have a long discussion.
Okay.
You don't really know how to predict that, so be there with them.
Okay, so don't expect a speedy breakup.
I would never expect that.
Okay, sounds good. All right, go to a neutral place.
Yes, don't try to break up in your apartment or your house or their apartment or their house. Go someplace neutral and don't definitely go to a restaurant or someplace that you have a strong association with. Restaurants are terrible because other people are around. I think a park or a zoo or someplace where there's not a great deal of people, where maybe you haven't been before because you're about to deliver a very heavy blow and that person's going to have an association with that place from that point on.
All right, show your face.
Show your face. Never break up on an email or post-it note or even the telephone. Terrible ways to break up. Always show your face. You know, with guys I say be a man, but with a woman too, it's very important that you be there for the person, unless there's a safety issue, and that's a very different thing altogether.
Because nowadays texting is so popular that people just feel they can text.
Texting is a one-way communication. And if you're going to actually have a breakup, you need to listen to what the other person says.
Good point. Okay, clear and simple. Make it clear and simple.
Clear and simple. I want to break up. And I want to say, and these are the reasons why. But don't do a song and dance about all that you've been through and all your personal anguish. You're delivering a huge blow to somebody, so be clear and simple and help them understand.
And listen, listen, listen.
Listen, listen, listen. Don't allow the other person, don't talk to the other person about all your stuff. listen to what they have to say. This is their one opportunity to be with you and to say how hurt they are, and you need to just sit there and take it. And that's okay, because that will help the process go faster and smoother.
Okay, good point, good point. Okay, so let's say it's done. It's a done deal. You're broken up. Let's go to the steps on how to survive a breakup.
Surviving a breakup, the first thing to do is to admit the loss. This is a loss that you're having, and it's a terrible thing. Recognize what you're going through and start to feel it inside.
Okay. Be with your pain.
Be
I
with
like
your,
that one.
Yes, exactly. You know, a lot of people try to do everything to get rid of their pain. They take drugs, or they'll drink, or they'll want some kind of antidepressant. That's one of the worst things you can do with a loss. A loss is actually something that you can get through, but a loss you have to go through all the stages. I say, you know, you've just embarked on the emotional roller coaster. You need to just put on a seatbelt and ride it.
Wow, that's a good way of putting it. It's hard, but you can get through it. Okay, give it time. And this one I really like, because I think with everything, you need to give it time.
You know, research has shown time heals all wounds, and it really does. And with loss, one thing most people believe is that they may never meet somebody again. But in a year, if you talk to them, all of a sudden they see the possibilities opening up. So give it time. Tell yourself, this is how I feel now, but it's not how I'm going to feel a year from now.
Good point. All right, be with people who care.
Yes, don't hang around with new friends or strange people who don't really care about your needs. This is the time, in fact, to go around the loved ones who can care about you, take care of you, and be with you. In fact, I'd rather be with someone who cares than to do something alone. So always try to be around people at this time.
That's smart. That's smart. Okay, I like that one. Out of sight, out of mind.
Yes, so this is the time, actually, to go through your house and clean it up a little bit. Throw away the pictures, throw away any kind of reminders, or put them in a box, put them in storage, delete emails, take the person out of your address book, delete their text history. Just let it go, because you don't want those temptations there.
All right, and this is one that we've all done. All right, ladies, admit it. Don't drink and dial.
Oh, don't drink and dial. Yes, we've all been there. When you late at night and you're having a couple extra, and then you get home from the club, and then you think, oh, I wonder how they're doing. So actually, it's don't drink and text, too, and not a lot of people are doing that now. And then wonder if maybe you can get together. And, of course, the other person might be, okay, all right, a booty call. But then all that does, it's like winning a slot machine.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, you've won the jackpot, and you want more, so you're going to go back and keep trying to do it. And the other person is not going to want to pay off again.
Okay, not nice.
It's a
not
bad
nice.
thing to do. It extends the hurt.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, we're out of time, but I do want to get to the last one. Out with the old and in with the new.
Out with the old and in with the new. So nothing heals an old love like a new one. So get out there and date and just be and enjoy your life.
Well, it's a painful time for sure, but these steps make it a lot easier, I think. And you made it so clear and simple. We really appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you. It was good to be here.
Yeah, Dr. Greg, come back again anytime.
Thank you.
All right. All the way from L.A., Dr. Greg Kayson. And if you want to get hold of him, he's from L.A. Give us your number real quick.
877-437-4734.
All right. Thank you so much for being
you.
here. We'll be right back. Central Valley continues after the break.